The day has come for me to tell you exactly how I expect Xabi Alonso to play with Real Madrid. There has been so many rumours over the past couple of weeks. Are we going to be seeing a 3 at the back? Are we going to be seeing a 4-2-3-1? Are we going to be seeing 3 at the back? That's been different kind of rumours. But what we know is that Mr. Xabi Alonso has come out and said that maybe I'm not going to be playing the same way I put the Leverkusen at Real Madrid. And one thing that we have all seen is that Mr. Xabi Alonso has said that I am going to be playing a system which could potentially change depending on the matchup, depending on who I play against. So that's why we are going now to be predicting and expecting how he is going to be lining up in one of the most important tournaments of the season. And that is, of course, the Club World Cup, which every club is taking seriously just because the fact how much money they're getting paid from it. I will be making a complete different video about the Club World Cup closer to the most likely next week. Because let's be real, the Club World Cup starts in 2 weeks. So I'll be making an overview and a breakdown what the Club World Cup is all about, and X, Y, Z on a complete different video. This video is just expecting how Xabi Alonso is going to be lining up in this Club World Cup, which is going to give us an idea what is going to happen next season when the season actually starts in August. So listen, one thing that we know and one thing which is confirmed is what Carlo Ancelotti said in his first ever press conference as a Real Madrid manager. He said a couple things about the lineup, about the system. Of course, he deflected certain things. He deflected questions that he never told us exactly. And of course, he wouldn't tell the reporters. Why is he going to tell reporters what his system is going to be about? Why is he going to reveal it straight away? So he kept it close to his chest. But one thing he did say is that Jude Bellingham is going to be a midfielder. So whether it is the 3 at the back, whether it is a 4-2-3-1, him playing as a 10 or right here in the double pivot, or whether him playing right here in the 2 pivots. One thing that we all know, that Jude is a midfielder, which I think everyone knows he's a midfielder. Another thing which he made very, very sure of is that Mbappe and Vini will be playing together. Whether that is one here, or one here, or one here. Another thing now is the reports that's been coming out over the past couple of weeks. The reports has been saying that Mr. Tchouaméni is going to be playing as a starter, but not as a centre-back, as a midfielder. So whether in the pivots, here or here. Reports has been saying that Arda Güler will be playing a much bigger role next season compared to what he's been doing this season under Carlo Ancelotti, which gives you the indication that Arda Güler could potentially start for Real Madrid, which for me should be 100%. We all know Luka Modric has departed. We all know Real Madrid is rumoured to get another midfielder. Rodrigo, we've seen the reports, Rodrigo is staying at Real Madrid. Is he going to be starting on the right or as a right 10? We don't know as of yet. But this is what I'm going to be expecting. I have seen the reports that's come out over the past week that Xabi Alonso is leaning towards one of these 3 formations, and that is the 4-3-3. He expects this formation to be the formation that could potentially unlock a lot of things at Real Madrid. We have seen this formation absolutely stinks with Carlo Ancelotti because we saw a lot, and I repeat, a lot of space between the defense and the midfield just being unoccupied and being exposed every single game. But Xabi Alonso has made it an absolute mission to solve the defensive issues that Real Madrid has had this season. He's been watching tapes, he's been watching movies, he's been watching repeats, he's been watching replays of every single game to make sure he identifies a solution to basically rectify all the defensive issues. So if he was going to be sticking with the 4-3-3, we are, best believe, the 4-3-3 might be a different type of 4-3-3. The way we maybe defend, we play with a 4-4-2. I'll tell you exactly. Despite what, the good thing about it, by the way, the fact that he can rotate and he's very flexible, that's a plus on its own, yeah? He's very tactical, flexible. We might see 4-3-3 in one game. We might see 3 at the back in another game. he's very flexible. The players that he's getting are very flexible as well. The likes of Alvaro Carreras, which the deal is not confirmed as of yet, but someone that can play both as a left centre back, left back, or left wing back. Other players that we have coming from the academy are currently playing. I don't think he's going to be playing this formation. So let's just delete this. It's going to be between this and this. But one thing which I would love for him to play is a formation which I feel like we can be. I think this is the cheat code of this team. And I'm going to tell you exactly this. It's not this formation. I don't think Xabi Alonso is going to be playing 3 at the back. Maybe he will down the line, but I don't think it's going to happen straight ahead. I don't think it's going to happen in the Club World Cup. I expect in the Club World Cup, Xabi Alonso to be playing this formation, the 4-3-3. But it's going to be a very different type of 4-3-3. In goal, we've seen I don't know if you guys have seen the reports. Maybe you haven't seen the reports. Thibaut Courtois has just been injured. And I'll make a complete different video about that. It's becoming a concern. It's becoming a yearly thing, which... Anyway, listen, forget the goalkeeper. I'm not here to talk about the goalkeeper. Trent will, of course, be playing here. Yeah, that's one. The 2 centre-backs and the left back at the moment is not confirmed, but most likely is going to be Alvaro Carreras, even though the deal at the moment is stalled and Xabi and Real Madrid hasn't pulled the trigger. Benfica has made it very clear, we want 55 million. Real Madrid are saying, I'm not going to give you 55 million. I might give you 40 million. I might give you 35 million plus 10 million add-ons. I'm not going to give you 55 million. Benfica is literally standing firm. I want the money. I expect that's going to be a compromise from both teams. So I expect Alvaro Carreras to be a player by the end of the season at Real Madrid. So this is the first 2. The centre-backs, we know what we've seen. Dean Huijsen, of course, is going to be one of them. Real Madrid did sign him for him to be on the bench, fam. That's one. Then the right centre-back is going to be out of 3 players. Whether it's Rudiger, whether it's Raul, or whether it's Militao. But for the Club World Cup, we all know it's going to be Raul. Because the other 2 are injured. The other 2 are not going to be playing. Rudiger is out. He just had a surgery. And Militao's ACL, he's yet to recover from it. So this is going to be 99.9% sure. This is going to be Real Madrid's backline in the Club World Cup. Trent, Raul, Dean, and Alvaro Carreras. For me, well established. For me, well balanced. These 2 for me complement each other perfectly. Alvaro, decent. Trent, cheat code. Absolute cheat code. Then there is the midfield. And this is where I hope things go in our favour. We already know Jude is going to be playing. Yeah? This is going to happen. Then there is the 2 other positions. I think Tchouaméni is playing. Tchouaméni is playing. It's been confirmed that Real Madrid are happy with the development that Tchouaméni has made over the past couple months. I think he's had a very good 2025, and Real Madrid value him highly. Start of the season, there's been reports saying that Madrid wants to sell him. Now they want to keep him. So what he's done is amazing. Secondly, he's not going to be playing as a centre back. Only emergency. Madrid are going to be signing another centre back. So that is a complete different situation. Now it's the last position. You guys are wondering, Fede Valverde. Of course it's Fede Valverde. Fede Valverde will be starting. This is where I hope and I pray things happens differently. What I think Xabi is going to be doing is this. I think Xabi is going to be playing this midfield. This 3-man midfield of Tchouaméni, Fede and Jude. And let me just complete the other 2. Vini and Mbappe. That leaves one more position. What if I told you right now, I don't want Fede in the midfield? What if I told you right now, there could be another person that could be playing right here, which could be more influential and better for us, and Fede can be used if more effective in a different position. What if I told you right now, I want Fede and on the right hand side, and the person I want in the midfield is Arda Güler. This is what I want Real Madrid to play. When we have the ball, when we don't have the ball, we're going to defend with this. When we have the ball, I want us to attack like this. This is going to be like this. The reason why I say this is Trent Alexander-Arnold gives us an absolute cheat code that no other person can do. So Trent is a cheat code on the ball. He's got the ability to invert in the midfield. He's got the ability to overlap. He's got the ability to pretty much do anything on the pitch to create a pass. Arda Güler, for me, is a much better player in the midfield than he is on the right-hand side. And I think Fede Valverde is very complete. He can play all over the pitch. But I felt like this season, we saw the best out of Fede Valverde on the right-hand side when he played right back, where he had full freedom and full flexibility to pretty much do whatever he wants to do on the right-hand side. And of course, in the midfield, he was very good. I'm not saying he wasn't good. I felt like on the right-hand side, especially between the games where he had to play as a right back, start of the season in the midfield, he was very good. But I think towards the end, you could see this position is perfect for him. The reason why I want him on the right is because one thing is when Trent attacks, Fede Valverde has got the ability to defend for him, to cover for him. At the same time, Fede has done it before where he can basically control the whole right-hand side by himself. So if Trent Alexander-Arnold wants to invert in the midfield, Fede Valverde can still control that whole side by himself. He can still stay on the just to create options or anything. The reason why I want Arda in the midfield is I felt like Arda Güler, for me, and this might sound crazy, he might be, for me, the best, our second best ball progressor and best ball carrier and best ball finder and chance creation in terms of finding a pass behind Jude Bellingham. I think him in the midfield is much better than him on the right-hand side. Him in the midfield, he's a much better player when he collects the ball, receives, turn. I think he does that better than Fede Valverde. So that's why having Arda Güler when we have the ball in the midfield is an absolute cheat code. Now we have Trent Alexander-Arnold and Arda Güler that can basically play both these roles. And then in the Xabi Alonso role, what I want to see is Fede Valverde can essentially be used as the frame point, as a Jeremy Frimpong, where he basically is closer to the goal and he has that right-hand side by himself. Where Arda Güler is basically being used as the Alex Garcia, as the Palacios, more in the midfield where I can see him playing that role. Or potentially, forget, Trent can be being played as a midfield if we need to. Arda Güler, if when we have the ball, you know how this can be turned out to be, yeah? When we have the ball, this could be like this, bro. Let me show you right now. It literally could be like this. It literally could be like this. The words. Right there, in behind Mbappe. At end game, we can do something crazy. But it all starts with not having Fede Valverde in the midfield and not having Arda Güler on the right-hand side. And that is if Arda Güler does start. I do feel like Arda Güler could be perfect right here. And if you ask me right now how I expect Xabi Alonso to play, is I expect him to play like this. I expect him in his first game of the season is going to be like this. Remove Arda Güler. It's going to be Rodrigo. This is how I expect it to happen. And even if Rodrigo did play, I've been saying it for so many times, I think Rodrigo's best position is also in the midfield. I don't think, as crazy as it sounds here, I know a lot of people say, oh, Rodrigo is a very good left winger. That is his natural position. Really? Is it? I mean, I don't think it is. Even at Santos, he's been playing a lot of games on the right-hand side as well. I feel like in order for you to unlock the best out of Rodrigo's, I think Rodrigo as a 10 slaps so good, bro. it slaps differently. Because I think he is such an elite ball. First of all, his ball retention is insane. Close control is crazy. He has got the ability to basically beat pressure and get out of pressure like this. Like this. And having him in the midfield could be so effective. So whether it's Arda Güler or Rodrigo, I feel like I would rather have Fede Valverde there and Arda Güler in the midfield rather than having Fede Valverde there. And then, because the right-hand side, that means Trent basically, I don't know. I don't think Trent is going to be strictly on the right. We might see Trent more as a midfielder. Because I want Fede Valverde to go on the right-hand side and I want Rodrigo to go on. That's why the right-hand side this season has been so neglected. Like we barely, because Lucas Vazquez is a liability. Rodrigo barely stays on the right-hand side. He always rotates and pretty much drifts on the left-hand side. So that's why it'll be interesting what Xabi will do. But the way I expect Xabi to do it is I expect him to play with this back line, with this midfield, and most likely with this attack. Long story short, I think our first game of the season is going to be playing as a 4-3-3. Put down in the comments how you guys expect Xabi Alonso to play in his first game as a Real Madrid manager. This is how I expect Real Madrid to line up. As of right now, I'm doing it basically 3 weeks away. We're 3 weeks away from our first game against Al Hilal. So I'm basically predicting it early on. But this is how I expect Real Madrid to line up against Al Hilal. Put down in the comments what you guys think. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, let me know. As I said, off-season content are coming in every single day.